Kas, Daktari, and to the members of the press, thank you also for the time. May I join you also in really imploring onto our people the importance of adhering to these guidelines. As you can see, the situation is getting tougher, but we must continue getting tougher with it. At this time, we are here to celebrate the spirit of giving, the assistance from our corporate world, especially those within the mining sector, where we are saying, come out and give more. Many people have given in the past. We say, well, don't give up, continue giving, continue donating. This fight is a fight for all of us. We must join in and make sure that we safeguard our country. The most important thing is awareness, and that awareness can only be attained if we all come together, and especially through you, the people in the fourth estate. Kas, I think mine will be very brief, except I will say that today we are here with a group of the corporate world that has decided to come and join in the effort to try and fight COVID-19. And we have people from our sector that is Base Titanium from Kwale that has come in with a big donation, and I would like to give them a chance. I will ask Melba Wasunna from Base Titanium to come and at least share this with us. But again, I would like to say, as they have done today, let us continue doing this. To those other corporates that gave in the past, we know the need is growing. So if we approach you again and you have to give, kindly give, and anyone else out there who is able to give. So Melba Wasunna, please come.
Asante sana, Bwana CAS, Ministry of Health. Thank you, Bwana PS, Ministry of Petroleum and Mining, State Department for Mining. Distinguished guests, my fellow Kenyans, hamjambo. I'm very honored to be here today on behalf of Base Titanium, together to offer support and contribute to the government's COVID-19 mitigation actions. This COVID-19 pandemic is unique. It's quite a unique challenge and one that requires a collective response. So it's very encouraging that we see here multiple private sector actors. We've got here colleagues from Stanbic as well, and working together very closely with government to deliver solutions and support. When Base Titanium was first approached about contributing to Stanbic Bank's ventilator initiative, we were immediately interested. It resonated with many of our core values, notably how activities can have a long-term sustainable impact on Kenya's growth and prosperity. Today, Base Titanium is proud to be contributing 100 high-flow nasal cannula oxygen therapy devices, i.e. ventilators, that will save lives during the current COVID-19 pandemic and will be a lasting legacy for hospitals around the country for years to come. This donation forms the major component of our national level contribution to fighting COVID-19. We are also working very closely with the Ministry of Petroleum and Mining through Principal Secretary Ambassador Kaberia to provide PPEs, infrared thermometers, and other support. In addition to the ventilators, today, Base Titanium is also donating COVID-19 diagnostic kits that are capable of conducting over 1,300 tests. The kits will contribute to the government's efforts to manage the virus through a rigorous testing regime. Our contributions are driven by the belief in the need for government and the private sector to work together in these extraordinary times. They also tie in very well with our health programs in Kwale, where we've been implementing in partnership with the Kwale County for several years and align very closely with the President's Big Four agenda for ensuring access to quality healthcare for all Kenyans. I'd like to extend my sincere appreciation to the Ministry of Petroleum and Mining, in particular the State Department of Mining, for being our partners in the development of Kenya's mining sector. Our strategic partnership with the Kwale County government continues to deepen, especially in the areas of poverty alleviation and assistance to the most vulnerable in these COVID-19 times. And of course, we must all commend Stanbic Bank and the Ministry of Health for spearheading the initiative to source these ventilators in the first place. As I conclude, His Excellency the President has repeatedly stated that we are at war with an invisible enemy, and we can win the war if we work together and make collective efforts. Base Titanium is proud to be a partner in this fight and will continue to look for further opportunities to support response efforts. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Melba. Now, you know, this kind of effort is actually spearheaded, put together by Stanbic. In that regard, allow me to just invite the CEO of Stanbic, Charles, to also come and say a word, and then we'll go back to Cass and we'll take questions.
Good afternoon, colleagues, and good afternoon. Thank you very much for giving us this time to share this platform and to be able to talk about our efforts in addressing the challenge that faces us all. Stanbic Bank partnered with a number of corporates in response to the government request and call for the private sector to come and assist in the fight for our invisible enemy, the COVID-19. We partnered with a couple of corporates, Base Titanium being one of them, Vala, Centum, Gulf Oil, and Africa Practice, to put together a consortium that brought into the country 192 high-flow nasal cannula devices, commonly called ventilators. We realized there was an urgent need for these ventilators in the country because for all our sick patients, they need help in breathing, and they need that support from the private sector. It is our honor and privilege, therefore, to announce that those ventilators have arrived, and the contribution that we're making towards helping our health sector, and indeed the patients that are suffering from this disease, that they can be able to be helped. In addition to supporting the nation through the ventilators, Stanbic is also contributing 1,000 protective suits, 500 gloves, and 5,000 masks, which will be donated through the Kenya Health Federation. Those are already being sourced locally because we also want to support our local industry and support our local entrepreneurs so that they can also be able to continue producing and continue being in business. We are also have partnered with the Rotary International to contribute 700 water tanks which are being used across the country, 400 which have been distributed in Nairobi for people to wash their hands and to sanitize, because as we know, the only vaccine we have for COVID-19 is social hygiene, washing our hands, sanitizing, and social distance. To this end, Stanbic is proud to be associated with the private sector to continue to partner with the government to ensure that we can successfully fight this pandemic that we're facing and that we can all win at the end of the day. So we want to thank our partners, as I've indicated, Base Titanium we've worked with, Vala, Centum, Gulf Oil, and Africa Practice. We've come together to help work with us to be able to make this contribution possible and to support the nation's effort in fighting this disease. I want to thank you very much, and thank you, Minister of Health, for allowing us this opportunity to partner with yourselves to achieve this result.